Okay, in theory that should be playing, but you never know. No, of course it isn't. Oh well. Okay, we should be. Okay, so that is just annoying. I spent ages setting that audio up. So, is it picking it up at all? Okay, who bets it's just that bit of software being obnoxious, because it is. Right, let's give that another go. Well, whenever you try something new, you can expect this kind of thing to happen. Why wouldn't it work? Like, really? Okay. Oh, it's showing it as detected, so... So yeah, basically I tried to put some background audio in and we're just having none of it. Okay, well, OBS is having none of it. Yes, you're probably picking up from the right source, so... Okay, so I know the fact I should not be... Shouldn't be picking it up there anymore, but it is. Okay, yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, we don't want that. Sorry. Right, yeah, that's direct feedback. Okay, I guess the best we have is just unmute that and leave everything on default for now, but this is going to be a mess. Okay, that should just be coming straight back to me, and we shouldn't be affecting anyone else. Honestly, I spent hours setting this up, and as is traditional, it did not work. Even though, interesting, my microphone's not picking anything up properly today, so yeah, that's a thing. Okay, let's check if that's actually working. No, it isn't. Okay, well, I'm tired of messing with that. I will work out why that isn't working later. So I'd say, but you're just gonna have to put up with me. I will work out what's wrong later and come back to it. I wonder what it is then. Okay, fair enough. I imagine that something on my computer is just unhappy about the fact that... Okay, check that's working. Okay, you should be able to hear okay, at least for the me part, and... camera, because I always forget this. There you are, we can actually see now. Okay, I don't know why, it's just not picking up the media player, and that makes very little sense. So, with that lot of nonsense over, okay, I'm miserable, it didn't work, but... So, welcome to Random Experiments in Armor Crafting. Yes, I am doing random experiments. I don't know how they're going to turn out. But basically a number of years ago, I made chainmail to an excessive amount, which is how this thing came into existence. Which, yeah, it's starting to fall apart at this point, but it has been mistreated real badly, and I should have done better, but I didn't. So, yeah, no. But I've decided after making a stupid amount of chainmail, I want to have a go at scale. But then it occurred to me that, I mean, I have this, which is aluminium wire. I cannot even remember why I bought it. Oh no, it's for the ears for cat ears. And this is much more easy to do than steel, because I made my first ever set out of steel and I just got a load of blisters, everything else around my hands. So I want to give this a go, just to see how well it works. But then, in the obvious event that that fails, I'm going to go with this, which is 3D printer filament. This is much easier to work with, but I want to have a go at prop metal first. I just want to see how it works. And then after that, I mean, I'm experimenting with scale. So, first off, how I make them now. So, I mean, it's not the safest method or the best, but it's the one that I learned and I'm okay with that. So first off, I get a dowel. You know, you set stuff up, it all goes wrong and then it just continues to go wrong. So I've got a long dowel. So I'm going to cut it down to be much shorter because 2.5 meters is longer than I can use. So if we just come to here and saw it off, we'll be fine. I would put it in a better position, but I actually can't physically get there because it's touching the wall. And yes, I know my cutting technique is awful. It's much better when I can actually reach. Unfortunately, when I can't get stuff, my technique sort of becomes whatever I can do. So first off, we've got dowel. This is going to be the model or mold that I use for making, well, everything here. Now I need to put a hole in it in order to hold the wire while it's forming. So I need one that is, or I need to put a hole in it that is bigger. What are you stuck on? Okay, I got through eventually. Basically I need to drill a hole that's big enough I can put the end of this and that into in order to fix it while I'm spinning. That should fit. Also, you're not supposed to do that. So if we just go here. Try not to put a hole through your table. I am yet to drill a hole through this table. With all of the random things I've done on it, that it's a surprise that I haven't managed it yet. And yeah, this is a 12mm dowel. The previous one I did was 18mm, which is significantly bigger. But 12mm fits into the chuck of the drill. Oof, no. That's not that bad. So now, the aluminium wire is going to be much easier to do than, you know, this is the right direction, right? Okay, so as you see I've started the ring there. I don't have any of it punching out, so it's not going to cut me, and I've just got to guide it slowly. Slow. And yeah, I did this with steel wire the first time I did it, so this is a lot less scary than that was. but still. Yeah, if you can do this, be careful. And of course, try to keep it in a solid spring. Now, I could also just run it round, like by hand, and spiral it up, but I mean, has anything that you've ever seen me done be sensible? By the way, if you're new here, the correct answer is no. Also, I'm going slow, so I don't get friction burns as well. Okay, we're starting to get a little bit loose there. Ooh, way too loose. As you see, it's going along. The thing is, though, I don't know if these rings are going to be any good, down to the fact that this is really soft metal. Like, it says it's aluminium. That's about as many as I'm going to want. Oh no, my wire cuts are there. Ooh, and we're about a full ring too. So we got that. I mean, I'm quite sure you're supposed to wear gloves doing that. In fact, I might add them next time, just, you know. If I ever do this on a large scale, I'd definitely be taking more care of myself, but that's mostly through learned experience, because my first attempt at this did not go all that well. Okay, and unwind it a little bit so it comes loose. Then you're going to slide it all off as one set of rings, which is one giant spring. Also, yeah, cutting up springs doesn't work for this. I did consider it at one point. I also tried spring washers. That didn't work either. And now, this is the bit where I got injured before, because I was doing it with steel, getting wire cutters and just going down the length, going like a set of rings. Here's a set of rings. Here's some more rings. Turns out doing that with like cutters, not the best idea. But yeah, this is much softer wire. So I never thought of using actual metal again until I encountered this stuff, then I was just like, Yes, that stuff is very soft. It is like cutting copper. and cutting copper is real easy. I have a mild feeling that my cutters are blunt from years of abuse in work, but I mean, this is only more like 8mm wire. I don't know, maybe just years of non-practice has made me a bit more softer than I used to be. But yeah, producing a few hundred like this, it just occurred to me, I am literally using the worst cutters for this. I have much better. Why am I not using them? And there are some metals. Let's check that off there. So like these aren't, whoa, okay, no, that is a lot stronger than I expected. Like I expected it to just fall apart instantly, but that's actually taken some strength to move. So I'm literally just going to try soldering them together because... Oh god, what did I just turn on? Okay, yeah, I had the right one. I had the side switch off. Oops. I'm actually surprised how tough those rings are because of how soft this stuff is. Like when I'm just bending it like that, it just goes instantly. These ones, they actually take a bit of strength to move. Interesting. Okay, come on, in you go. So this is going to be interesting. So we just put down there, through, and the next one. Because yeah, they're not infinitely strong. Okay, and it's up to temperature. That took a shockingly short time. So I'm just going to use the little thing on this one. Okay, it's having none of it. Yeah, that link is having none of it. I guess because you've got to get the wire itself up to temperature, and these small soldering irons are not made for getting areas this large up to temperature. And yeah, I'm not really willing to go that far into it, so... Is that hot? A little. So I'm going to put a length of it together and try to pull it apart, just see how strong it actually is. Wow, even the little clamp got hot there and it didn't melt it. So you got... Okay. So, I mean, yeah, it's not perfect, but that's not breaking anytime soon. Well, this is the point of experiments, to find out what you can do and what you can't. So the soldering didn't work. That's not the biggest surprise ever. Now the question is, I mean, yeah, actually welding them is possible, but yeah, it would take a lot more power than I have. There's a little dowel that doesn't have any on it. There's a bit of dowel. I imagine when this stuff's done properly, the person who's doing it has actually already learnt all this, or been taught. Nope, that way. Then you come up and do that. Nope. It's just sort of the point when knitting. This is actually how you start it. It's okay. So for knitting, it's okay, and squeeze. So that one's still on the wrong way, and that's just annoying. Okay, and of course that's how you start off a chain. I'm going to go through do what I made of these. But I mean, this could all just be the proper technique, you know. Just put another one in. Yep, yep. Good. And okay, so I mean, that's the first row. So it's one. Two. Oops, a little bit too far apart. Put another ring. And another one. So yeah, like the audio was going to be just generally pleasant sound, but yeah, okay. I don't know, can we actually see this one? Yes, we can. Good. Okay, camera 2, you are saving the day for this, because you can't see much on camera 1. So the point of this being so distributed as well, it could like end up being really strong like this because there's so much of it. Yeah, I can see I wouldn't want to do this for hours. I don't imagine my hands would thank me at the end of it. Come on, nope, through 2 of them. Thank you. And but yeah, this takes ages. It's like that cape I actually melted all the links together because it's made out of plastic, and that stuff cannot take being like pulled apart. Problem is when you have to add links, like if you want to do a bit to the side, like another one down here, you've got, well, actually no, it's sort of easier and sort of harder. Okay, yep, we've already done that one. So those two. And one more on the end. And yeah, this basically the reason they say it's knitting chainmail. That's what you're doing. Ultimately, the fact that I'm producing this bit of chainmail purely to attempt to destroy it, I mean, okay, both, that one, thank you. Nuts, they fell out. Okay, just got that. I think if we make it one more wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Three, 4, 5, 6. This makes it 2 more wide, by the way. No, this just doesn't work, does it? Yeah, I didn't expect this to be easy, and it isn't going to be, but... Come on, back up. Good stick. Come on. so it's got to come through from the back, like that. So yeah, as it turns out, it is very important to have decided how thick you want the piece to be at the start. Yes, maybe? Is that... Yeah, I remember how hard this was last time as well. So I need one through there. Of course, yeah, you have to remember how you knitted it in the first place, which... Like that. Like that. And now we're on the bottom rung, as we should be. Apart from this link here, which seems to just not supposed to be there. Yeah, okay. Everyone, yep. I'm thinking it's definitely more effort than I should be putting into any cosplay ever. At the moment, this is just becoming real armor, isn't it? Just put another link in. Yeah. I've only got 3 left, so it's not that bad. Yep. Full. Okay, and okay, and I am on an odd and one off because reasons, but that is not in the right place. We can chuck that one back in. So now we have a small section of chainmail. Let's give a shot at racking it, shall we? Okay, some of the outer ones were starting to give way. Yeah, one of the outer ones did. So, yeah, that was pretty much as hard as I can pull it. And some of them started to give way, so... Just pop it back on there. I think that's back in the right place. It's pretty close. So, I mean, that's pretty good. It's much better than I was expecting. But yeah, I need to find slightly better ways of working with it. Now we know the old chainmail system works because we've tried it. So we can chuck that in there because this stuff okay, well, considering the sum total damage of trying to tear it to pieces is 4 rings came loose. 5. Okay, I can see more damage in there. Yeah, well, it does mean I need something securing them. But it means I need to find something that is capable of securing them. Which means more experiments, or ultimately I just have to be less lazy with my soldering iron and just go for it. But considering that I nearly burnt myself last time, I don't think that's a viable method. Okay, so second up, considering that that didn't work perfectly, it worked very well though. I'm definitely happy with the results because that was cool. And it took literally trying to break the thing for it to break. Yeah. Yes, next up is my good old hot air gun, because this has done well every time I've used it. For those of you who were here for last time, you know that's sarcasm. We're going to have to go back to plastic now. I really want the chain, I really want the steel or the aluminium to work. I'll have to find a good way to weld it together without, you know, arc welding equipment. It'll do. Right. Now this is a very similar technique to last time because it's basically the same thing. But plastic filament sort of likes to snap when you try this, so you've got to be more careful. I mean, if you try to do a 90-degree bend there, that's not going to last long. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. It's usually snapped by now. Yep. As you may notice, it does not want to stay in the shape. That's a thing. We're dealing with that at the end, so don't worry about it. because plastic is far less aggressive than metals are, so it's easier to do it like this. Also, this is literally just the cheapest PLA, just some cheap PLA that I got online. So, no, don't do that. It's bad. It's a little further. Oop. Okay, so there you go. We've got a chunk of it rolled on, and because this is plastic and not metal, I get to do this. Where's the end of this thing? This. How'd you get 3D film to stay in shape? Is that hot? Yep, that's hot. That is more than you need. I overdid it a little bit because I'm out of practice, but yeah, for the purposes of these tests, that's more than I need. Okay, that's somewhere I'm not going to accidentally stand on it. Yeah, you can see how unevenly I managed to thing it, but it'll be fine for this purpose. It's fine for experimental purposes, but you can see that I didn't heat it evenly. You know, with that quick once over that I did. It'll make a perfect coil if you do it right. On the upside. Maybe this is the reason why I thought that was so difficult on the metal, because I'm used to doing it like this on plastic. I still think there's some dirt in that heat gun. Just check those, check that. Now I'm not just going to do the same again. This is a different experiment. Because I've already done chainmail with this. Right, so we got that. Now, which one of you should be the hot gun? And ultimately, I think I have enough scales for this test, but So over the years, I've gotten a lot of this stuff spare.